Hey guys, what's up? Nguz95 here with a PSA and Brawl Box tutorial. We're going to start with PSA, Product Smash Attacks. It was a, excuse me, um, a request. So I'm going to be fulfilling out this request here by talking to you about Project Smash Attacks, which is an excellent program. Here is the official page where the project itself is up. Right. It's very important that you don't download version 1.3. Funnily enough, version 1.3 has a couple bugs that increase memory size too much and make your game crash. Stay away from it. The place you're going to want to go to when you go to in My Files, you're going to want to click on Older Builds, and you're going to want to get 0.2.1 beta rar. So that's the one you want. Download it and then unzip it using a program called WinRAR. Unzip it to someplace where you'll remember it. And it's really important to note this little thing right here. You will require Microsoft.NET Framework 3.5. If you don't have it, you won't even be able to open PSA, which is a problem. So you're going to want to download it here on the resources, Microsoft.NET Framework version 3.5. These two right here, these three actually, are very, very helpful if you want to learn some more in-depth stuff. Today I'm just going to go over the basics. We're going to open it up right now in libraries. Desktop, I actually have my own desktop folder because I want to keep my desktop kind of clean. And I have it PSA and Brawl Box. Smash Attacks, this is the executable file, and it's what you're going to want to open. So I'm opening it up slowly. Get there eventually. There we are. Alright, so this is Project Smash Attacks. It's not that big right now. Oh, that was cool. I'm going to go File, Open. And if you have a copy of Project M in the Fighter folder, where you put all of your texture hacks and stuff, and how you make them look pretty and whatever, you're going to find this right here, where it has all their names and all the characters and stuff, except for this one, Mewtwo, that's mine. We're going to work on, we're actually going to take a look at my Mewtwo today, because it's got some interesting information. So we're going to open Mewtwo, and I've got a million things that aren't in regular folders. So like if we look at Ganon, for instance, just the Fit Ganon pack and the Fit Ganon motion. So this Fit Ganon pack is all of his stats in essence, and all the hitboxes, all of that data, the frame data, is in fitganon.pack. However, fitganon.motion.pack is where all of his animations are and all the things that can be edited in Brawl Box. So what we're going to open up is fitganon.pack because that's what you're going to be using for Smash Attacks. If you try and open up the motion, you won't be able to. So we're going to open up fitganon.pack and Smash Attacks. And let's actually make it full screen so we can take a look at it. So right now, off the bat, you notice the tab called Specials. So the tab called Specials takes care of Neutral B, Side B, Up B, Down B, and Final Smash. And all of these have something else to do with one of those things. So, here, give me 1 second. Hello, Sergio. Okay, I'll see you later.
Did I say everybody gonna be going next week or?
We're all going to be gone next week.
Okay. See you later.
See you later. Bye. Sorry about that. So, all of these have something else to do with his B attacks. And it's really important that you remember that because each one is different for every character. So one can be the startup, while the other one can be like the ending and all that stuff. Anyway, this is a bunch of stuff that you're really not going to want to focus on at first. The real important stuff is going to be in the attributes and the sub-actions. So we're going to start with attributes because it's nice and simple. You can see all these things that have names are things that are known, and you really want to pay attention to those because those are the ones that you can change easily. All these other ones with numbers, it's either unknown what they do, or what they do has not been, I don't know, put into the program yet. A quick note, something that's really useful See the number weight? The number right below it, 0x0b4, is actually the size of the character in relation to everybody else. So that number is going to be in between, I think, 0 and 1.3 or 1.5 maybe. I can't remember. But if you want to make a character slightly larger or slightly smaller, just be sure to change this. It changes the entire size of the model itself. Now, I think that's really it for attributes. It's pretty simple. Excuse me. We're going to go back to action events, and we're going to take a look at the sub-actions. Now, every one of these sub-actions has both a number and an animation attached to it. The number is one thing that you're always going to want to make sure that you remember, because some sub-actions link to other sub-actions, and then some of those sub-actions link into the subroutines, which we're not going to get into right now, because those are, I don't even know what to do with them, so I'm not going to touch them. Sub-action 0, we're going to change it to weight 2. You notice this animation changes. Weight 3, none, none. Weight item. All of these animations that have names, you can find a full list of them here on, I believe, here it is, the PSA ID thread. I'm going to leave this in the description, so be sure to check it out. It's really important. And it's got pretty much all the things that you're going to want, because it's a great point of reference. Another thread that you're going to want is the big PSA list thread, more of the same, and then essential PSA information, which is also very, very important. All three of these I'm going to leave, and to find what you want, click Control F, and just find something. So if I wanted to look at, we're looking at what, animations? Animation OS. There you go. Alright, asynchronous timer frames. Pass frame, let's see. Doesn't look like they have what I'm looking for. No, they don't. Okay. Sorry about that. It'd be in here. Specials, articles, GFX IDs, etc. Yeah, here they are, right here in the bottom. Sorry. All of these is really important. Movement, jump, animations, weight, standing animations, right? So like if you look at, you know, attack S4 start, you're not going to know what that is off the top of your head, so it's really nice that you can see that it's the initiate forward smash. Just normal stuff like that is really important and really useful. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. All of these things can be changed, and all of them are connected to each other. If you look, there's the main, the graphic effects, which is GFX, sound effects, and then other. We don't know what other does, so we're not going to touch it. Main, which is also important. This is where you're going to put whether or not your character is going to move, like if he's jetting forward like one of Ike's moves, or if he has, you know, flames coming out of him like Bowser, or if his hitbox is purple like Ganon's or something like that. So if we're going to go to, let's look for an actual attack. Fall B, no, no, no. Guard, escape. Let's take a look at attack S3 high, attack S3 side. Okay, so that's his side smash attack. Yes. Let's check it just to be sure. I have no idea. What about attack S3? I guess it's the same as attack S4. Interesting. Okay, well, attack S4 is the same as attack S3 apparently, so we're just gonna go for that. Oh, no, 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 it's not. No, not. Middle to forward tilt. Okay, that's not what we want then. My apologies. Here we go. Attack S4 side. So this is gonna have all the information that we're looking for, because I'm gonna be showing you what to do here. Attack S4S is a side smash, and basically what it's doing is this main stuff is where all of his hitboxes are. Basically, it creates the hitboxes in essence. This right here is important, asynchronous timer frames. The asynchronous timer frames are how late in the animation the attack starts. So, this starts, the hitbox appears 10 frames into the animation. The rest of the animation is just the wind up, and then the hitbox appears. And that's where these two offensive collisions come in. So we have a sweet spot, which is, I'm not sure which one it is. But you have a sweet spot and then we have a soft spot most likely. Although it looks like they're actually identical. Okay, so it looks like there's two. There's two that go on, and they're both identical, and it must be they're on different bones. Okay, so it just covers different parts of his body, but it does the same damage. Um, Offensive collision. We're going to be looking at this. The first thing we're going to look at, we're going to click modify here. The bone and the ID, right? So this is the name of a bone, which you can find in Brawlbox. The damage, which is the damage is just numerical, nothing special. Like if you wanted, you can make it super duper high, but there's like a, that's not smart. Trajectory, this is also important. 46, I believe. It's the angle starting from. Yeah, I think it's the angle starting from 0 degrees if you're looking at a polar graph. So instead of starting from north, you're actually starting from, what is that? Oh, well, that's nice. It's actually on north, south, east, west. Stop it. Okay. North, south, east, west. North, south, east. Okay, so it'd be starting from east, and then moving. So this one moves like slightly upwards. Shield damage and knockback, base knockback. All three of these, base knockback, shield damage, and damage, are related. Don't change just one of them. You're going to have to do a little bit of math to figure out which one is right, and I believe that's in this one, essential PSA information. Size, so that's the size of the hitbox. Anywhere between 0 and 10, with 10 being about the size of Jigglypuff. So that'd be a pretty huge hitbox. Don't mess with these. Z, X, and Y offset. That's like how far up, up, down, left, or right in relation to 3D space they are. Tripping rate, I wouldn't mess with that either unless you really want to make a boob trip. Anyway, if that's all in here, all that information, what numbers you want. So, hit lag multiplier and flags actually is going to be the most important thing. Flags, this number right here, is really important because you can change the sound effects, the graphic it makes, everything that the hitbox has in association with it can be changed through these flags. You can get a really good example of this if you search flag. Here we are. This is it right here. If we can change the last two digits, and I'm actually going to leave, there's another thread that's really useful, but it's a lot of math, so if you're into that kind of stuff, then go for it. But if you just want to change what the hitbox actually does, 0, 0 is just a regular hit, 0, 1 is none, etc. Goes all the way down. There's some great ones. Darkness is the one that you're going to notice on Ganon. But it's really important to note, right here, if you add fire to it, if it's 8, 0, and you change fire to it, if we look at fire, that's 0, 5, we'd add the 5. But if you want to add darkness, it would be 9, 3, not 1, 3, because 80 plus 13 is 93. These last two digits, really the last three, are shared with something else. I'm not really sure what it is, but you just have to be careful to add instead of just completely replacing it. Anyway, that's it for flags. Just be sure to read that thread that I'm going to leave for you. Graphics effects is going to be next. Where is it? Close that. We're going to go down to the graphics effects. So you know how the graphic for his elbow, I can't remember if it has flames coming out of it or not, purple flames. I don't think it does, but there is a graphic effect. If you look at it, the graphics effects is 28. When you're figuring out what graphics effects there are, just go to this one here, the PSA ID thread. This is gonna be your best friend, really, because it's got pretty much all the information that you want. A little bit of a display driver issue there. Sorry about that. My computer is just bad. My apologies. Alright, so it looks like we're still recovering. We're still recording. We'll stop the plugin. Yes, yes we are. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Now we're just gonna wait. There we go. Alright. Came back. So now we're gonna go down to no. Here you go. Graphics effects. So if we look up the one that we saw on Ganon, what is 28? 28 is a very big dust blast. So that's probably coming out of his feet, or it could be near the elbow. Cool stuff to look at, especially because some of them are like really awesome. Better fire explosion. Gotta remember 3B. You gotta remember, you know, non-smoke fire explosion. That's also a good one. The ones that I'm gonna be using because I'm working on Mewtwo are gonna be like purple burst, dark orb, all the stuff that makes it like purple and stuff, and look like that, you know, magic that comes off of Ganon and Mewtwo. Be sure to look at this. Yeah, sorry about that. And important to note, the graphic is here, the bone is here. Remember the bone, and you can figure that out in Brawlbox. The asynchronous timer frames is when the effect actually comes on. So 10 frames into the animation, that big dust effect comes up. Remember, just don't mess with these here because they're just a whole bunch of boring numbers and you don't need them. Graphic 2 and Graphic 5 also show up. So just for sake of comparison, let's check them out. Graphic 2, generic hit 1, Graphic 5, slash hit. So, you know, yeah, okay. We're just not going to mess with that. Sound effects. 9 frames into the animation, sound effects 7, 8, and 8 come up. Synchronous timer frames, that's 1, so there's a pause, and then this other sound effect comes in. So, sometimes these sound effects can be voice clips, sometimes they can be, you know, just like the whoosh of somebody's like wing or elbow or something. That's also going to be on this ID list that I'm going to leave you guys right here. Article IDs, where is it? Well, if it's not here right now, then it's going to be on this one, essential PSA information. Anyway, very important to remember. You can change all of these things by clicking modify. I wouldn't click add that often because whenever you add something, it increases the memory size of your file, and if the memory size is too large, then you can have a problem. We're going to try and avoid that. So these two buttons right here move the selected effect up or down. So if I wanted to, I can move this up. Sound effect is now above this thing right here, which I believe, I don't know what that is. Move it down again. And I think that really covers it. I guess we look for the, if you look at the specials, all the specials link in some way, shape, or form to a different sub-action. So really all of this is controlled by the sub-actions. You can clear out their B, and what this does is it, you know, shifts you over to these two sub-actions, which, I don't know, if we take a look at 1CE, let's see what it is. 1CE, click here, special neutral, synchronous timer frames 1, sound effects, I guess this is sound effects we're looking for, main. Float variables, really, don't mess with those, they're annoying. Synchronous timer frames, so like how long it takes for it to charge up, more time to charge up, and I mean, we all know that Ganon's Warlock Punch takes forever, and then this shows up, which is huge. Direction is big, right? Base knockback is big number, size is 5, it's a huge hitbox, so all that stuff's really important and good to know. And when you're done, save as, or save, whichever, and I think that really concludes it for my basics of PSA right now. Thank you for listening, guys, and tell me what you think, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments, okay?